Triple H will bring up now, where does this leave the day-to-day creative? Do you truly believe that Vince is not going to be taking over creative?
Do I truly believe it? Not really. But I think now Vince has a project that he needs to devote 100% of his time to. I don't think he has time to sit down with creative because a lot of creative time is lost. Just throwing ideas back and forth. And that's not his job now. His job now is to facilitate the sale or the transfer of WWE to a new owner. And I think that's what he's going to concentrate on. Plus, he's going to have to talk to the stockholders and he's going to have to talk to a lot of people. So he's going to have a job 24 hours a day just doing what he's doing now because it's not cut and dried like it was before.
What about when it's
they
sold?
Can't come in. Say what now?
What about when it's sold? Does Vince then get bored?
Oh, he's still there. No, he's still there. He is ingrained in whatever this deal is. Vince is still going to be there. Whether he's able to physically go in the office, because at 77, and he still moves well. I mean, that he can't go in there anymore or he keeps his mind about him, he's going to be right there. And when he dies, he will still, I'm making a prediction, whether it comes true or not. I think whatever happens and whoever takes over WWE, Vince is going to be in the deal somewhere. I don't care if Comcast takes it over. I don't care if HBO takes it over. He has 83% of the voting shares. He's going to vote himself a spot in that new company.
With Triple H currently day-to-day chief creative officer, however it's phrased, you said that you think Vince will eventually... How do you think it's going to happen if Vince starts sticking his oar in? Do you think it's going to be a suggestion here or there, or do you think just one day he's just going to look at a show and hate it and go, God damn it, pal, I'm taking over, and it'll just be like that?
Hard to say. But then again, I'll go back to what I said before. I think all his time is going to be taken up with the transfer to whoever company it goes to. I think he's got to get that done first. And then he'll worry about it. WWE's not going anywhere. But if the Saudi Arabian government presents a challenge to the advertisers that they don't want to advertise on the show, then they got another problem. Now they got to look for another buyer. And another buyer would be there. And they may get less for it, but I still think, and I predicted about 3 years ago that WWE would be sold within 3 years. Now I'm not a Nostradamus. I just said something that happened to may possibly come true. But anyway, I was ahead of the game anyway. But when you think about all these companies selling to somebody else, especially a media company like WWE, it's interesting to me. And to me, and I told you earlier, if we made a long trip, we could talk about this the whole way going, the whole way back. And I have solved a lot of the world's problems on some of these trips. And then I got back and couldn't remember what I'd solved. I couldn't remember the answer.
Let's have a look. Very briefly, Triple H, out of 10, how do you think he's done as a booker?
Oh, I think he's done great. He's made it more concise. He's made it more pointed. He's directed it, which doesn't really take a genius to do. Just zero your angles. I mean, sharpen them up a little bit. I think the Bray Wyatt deal they've done is great, but I think that's more Bray than it is Triple H. But I think they've really, really done, since Vince left, I think they've done the creative, especially on SmackDown. I'm not so familiar with Raw, but on SmackDown, it's been like a 75 to 80% improvement.